Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I will be giving you a full card breakdown of the Naoya Inoue versus Murodjon Akhmadaliev boxing event that took place just a few hours after Canelo Crawford. I'll quickly go through some of the results from the undercard before getting into a bit more detail in the main and co-main, so let's just get right into this. Starting with Taisei Ayano defeating Yusuke Naoya by second round stoppage. I expected this to be a pretty normal bounce back fight for Ayano, considering he's coming off that loss. So no real big surprises there. Next fight was Toshiki Shimomachi versus Han-So Lee. Given the fact that the records, Shimomachi is 21-1-3 and Lee is 9-7, I think it was pretty obvious that Shimomachi was going to win this fight, and he does get away with the unanimous decision win here. Up next, Ego versus Shunbai Ohada. Ohada ends up winning this fight via a fourth round stoppage. Not too surprising considering Ego is 5-0, but he's not really able to finish his opponents unless they're complete can. And Ohada has had good performances against decent competition, so I'm not too surprised about that. Up next was Yudai Murakami versus Taiga Imanga. Imanga was able to get the unanimous decision win here as well. Murakami was 6-2 going into this fight, and he looked decent, but Imanga was 8-0, and he's had some very good performances against actual good competition here. So, yeah, I'm not too surprised by Imanga being able to come away with the win here. Up next was Yuni Takada versus Ryusei Matsumoto. Takada he's an inconsistent fighter, but he's coming off his best win. Meanwhile, Matsumoto looks good, but this is his biggest challenge yet. But it was Matsumoto being able to walk away with the technical decision victory after a clash of heads left Takada unable to continue. So I believe that means that Matsumoto was able to retain his WBA regular strawweight title. So good for him. Now we get to our co-main event for the evening. It was Yoshiki Takai versus Christian Medina Jimenez. Takai is the current WBO bantamweight champion, going for his third defense against one of his better opponents. Medina is in the biggest fight of his career, and he hasn't looked that good against lesser opponents, so I really was kind of expecting Takai to be able to take over here. But once we got into the actual fight itself, from the start, Medina was in complete control of the fight. He was finding a lot of success by finishing his combos with a right hook. And he was also able to get a knockdown in the very first round, so he was totally avoiding all of Takai's punches. He had Takai backed up in the corner in the fourth, and then just started spamming uppercuts, and that was enough for the ref to step in and call the fight off, meaning that Christian Medina finally was able to win the WBO Bantamweight Championship. Good underdog win for Christian Medina here. He looked really, really good here. This wasn't like a total fluke win either. He looked like he actually did win the fight, so that was a good win for him. And then finally, in our main event, was Naoya Inoue defending his undisputed Super Bantamweight Championship against Murodjon Akhmadaliev. Inoue was 30-0 going into this fight, 25-0 in world title fights, 2-0 in BoxRec 5-star fights, and was a two-weight class undisputed champion. Akhmadaliev is no slouch in himself. He was 14-1, 4-1 in world title fights, but this is his first ever BoxRec 5-star fight, so one of his biggest stages that he ever had to compete against on, and getting to fight Inoue is a challenge for sure for anyone. So from the start, Inoue is in complete control. He's just so insanely quick, and he was able to find success with some drop down body shots. He had good jabs, and he defends like a fucking robot, man. It's actually so calculated and tactical the way he's able to defend himself from these punches. It's incredible to watch. He's also really good at throwing punches when you least expect it. Inoue has really mastered that whole ability to counter punch really well when you're coming in with a flurry, and he's just able to find a right hook that lands super cleanly. Akhmadaliev was able to find a few places to land punches, especially with the right hook. He was doing pretty well with that, but Inoue was so good at getting through guards and at landing combos ending in body shots that it really just wasn't enough for Akhmadaliev to really look strong in this fight throughout. So it was a pretty easy decision win for Naoya Inoue here. Not much else to say, man. He's still one of the best fighters in the world. He's a machine. He's such a machine when it comes to it, man. It all just looks so natural for him. He makes it look unbelievably natural, dude. Just the way he defends himself, his movements all throughout. He understands where he needs to be at all times to make himself look the best in the eyes of the judges' scorecards. And yeah, man, he just looked fantastic all throughout this entire fight. No question in mind who the winner of this fight would have been. Towards the end, Akhmadaliev was able to start landing a few punches. He was able to try to find out a bit more of Inoue's where he was trying to go. He was getting better reads on him by the end, but it was not enough to secure himself a win here. Inoue gets the win by unanimous decision. Great fight, great fighter. Pretty decent little card here. Nothing too special, you know. For the in the scenes of Japanese boxing, I think it was one of the better ones. But yeah, man, just you know, here I am, just doing a quick review of the card, and because I figured this fight was worth talking about because Inoue is one of the biggest and the best boxers on the planet right now. So that's gonna do it for me, man. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.